This is one of the most important things that you need to master in order to maximize your sales. It's one of the most important things. Good morning, folks. Just sinking into my morning routine. If you watched the last video, I was talking about getting into that, setting that routine for the day, and just to feel more professional. But anyway, what I've started to do as well is get as much done as possible that I need to do on my phone in the morning. Get that done and out of the way, because then I don't need to be on my phone and be distracted all day. So I go onto YouTube Studio and reply to as many comments as possible. I basically just try to reply to every new comment, that took place the previous day. Just go through every single comment and try to give a genuine reply to literally all of them. But the main thing is doing my outreach, and that's one thing that I've slacked on, but I'm just making it a morning routine now, just to do all my follows, do all my DMs, 10, 15 DMs. Doesn't have to be a lot, but if you're doing it every day, then, by the end of the week, you're gonna have racked up those numbers. So I've got a few things to do today. I've got a collab beat to do, and I have got another big gem. It is probably one of the most important things when it comes to selling beats. One of the most. There's several things to it, but this is one of the most, especially if you're uploading beats to YouTube, and if you're uploading beats to Instagram, wherever you're posting them. This is one of the most important things. I'm gonna drop that gem a little later on. I can't tell you how important it is, not just for making beats, but for anything that you're putting on YouTube, whether it be tutorials, vlogs, anything. So yeah, we're gonna dive into that a little later. Yeah, man. Let's just get the day going, shall we? Alright, let's get this beat made. My guy Sounds by Frank dropped me a pack of loops through, so we're gonna go try and make some heat with these loops. Shout out to Sounds by Frank, he got some pretty good melodies actually. So yeah, man, let's go and see what we can do with this loop. In F. Chops right here with a chop right there, nice and repetitive. Just put some kind of melody for the chorus in. It's really simple. Alright, let's give this melody some life. Just put some reverb onto it. Welcome my friends to how to make the nicest sandwich ever. All you need is bread, lunza, which is ham, salami, cheese, chilies, mayonnaise, and butter. I'm gonna do this Gordon Ramsay style. Bread on margarita, not margarita, margarine, spread, salami on. Next, lunza or ham. Need a cloth to wipe my hands. Get knife. Cheese, 3 slices, chili, 2 chilies, mayonnaise on. Oh shit, spilled it everywhere. Put the sandwich together. Tidy away. Sandwich on grill. Toasted sandwich with ham and lunza and salami and pickle and cheese and mayo. Done. Oh yes. Girlfriend's taking the car out today. Gone to do some of her own work with dogs, lots of rescue dogs, which is why we have a cat. It's kind of good actually, because it kind of forces me to plan for the day. I know I don't need to be driving out anywhere, so I can just really get lots of stuff done on days like this. So, as always, you got to take a quick lunch break, and yeah, just get back to it. I believe that it's Gemma clock. Big reveal. This is one of the most important things that you need to master or just get good at in order to maximize your sales. It's one of the most important things. Now, as soon as I tell you this, you're probably going to be tempted to click away, but I urge you not to. So one of the most important things when it comes to uploading beats to your YouTube, if you're uploading beat previews on Instagram and BeatStars, it comes down to your artwork. This is one of the reasons. Now I'm going to dive in and show you exactly how to do this for free and how to get really good artwork and how to set up a template that you don't have to keep adjusting and changing every time you want to upload a beat. It's perfect for branding. Everything is consistent. But first, I just want to explain why this works and why this is super, super important, and you really shouldn't be sleeping on your artwork. We all know there's a lot of people making beats right now. There's a lot of people uploading beats to YouTube, BeatStars, and if you're wanting to pursue that as well, then your beats need to stand out. Because if you're able to, use TubeBuddy and find the keywords that you're able to rank for and ones that people are searching, then you need to be popping up on that screen and grabbing the attention of whoever's just searched for that type beat. It can't just be a picture of Shorty Shorty and then, Shorty type beat in the title. It has to be a unique picture, because if you can create artwork that looks very, very pleasing to the eye, then people are way more likely to click onto that beat. They can't listen to the beat before they've seen the artwork. So the artwork has to stand out and it has to draw the attention. Try not to copy exactly what I'm doing, because if everybody copies, everyone's going to have the same artwork. So the first thing you're going to do is come to this website called Unsplash. The reason why you want to use these websites is because the pictures are royalty free. You don't want to put your channel at risk of anything. I know people just use random pictures from Google Images, but you just don't want to have any risk at all, especially if you start to build a sizable audience. You don't want to have all that taken away just because you used the picture from Google Images that didn't have royalty free licenses with it. So you're going to come to Unsplash and we're going to basically just build our template from here. First thing you want to get is a background. So you're just going to come to the search bar and type in like texture or something like that. Okay, cool. And then you've just got a list of hundreds of pictures. So I've been scrolling and I like the look of this one right here. This one looks quite cool. So I'm just going to download it and I'm going to come to my photo editor, which again is totally free. This program is called GIMP, G-I-M-P. If you put that into Google and then put like photo editor in front of it, it should pop up. But yeah, this is a free photo editor and I've been using this photo editor since the start of this channel, and I still use this software to make my thumbnails for these videos as well. So it works just fine. You just have to get used to how it works. So I've opened up this new project. It is 1920 pixels by 1080. That's just the size of the thumbnail you want, so you can have a high quality thumbnail. So we're going to open that and we're going to drop in the picture that we've just downloaded. So I'm going to come to File, Open as Layers, put the picture in. So I'm just going to scale it down and make it, a decent size. So that is a good size for me. What I'm also going to do is come to the colors tab at the top and I'm going to go to the saturation. I'm just going to desaturate it and I'll explain why I'm doing that in a second. Now, depending on the picture, you want to do a few other things just to flatten out that image quite a bit. So for this, it's quite harsh. It's quite a harsh picture. So I'm going to come to contrast, take the contrast down a bit. So it's just going to flatten out that image. Awesome. And then the last thing I'm going to do is add some noise. Now, the noise is like what everybody uses to add a bit of a texture to any picture. It gives it like a real like vintage kind of look to it. So you're going to come to filters, come to noise, and then use this CIE itch noise. So you add it and it adds this like really harsh texture and like kind of bitty texture to it. So, just play around with these settings until you've got like a nice, a nice noise layer on top of there. So add a bit of dulling, take the lightness down a bit. Okay, I'm happy with that. And that's going to be the basis of my template. Now, you can add your producer logo in, you can add your producer name, maybe just put it like in the bottom left. This is all about branding as well. You have to put your logo in places where people are going to see it and remember it. That's the most important thing. So you're going to come in and insert your logo. So, mine's LLB, so I'm just going to put LLB. This is a cool font actually. If you go to Google and just type in Monument Extended or Monument Font, that's a cool font. There's tons of fonts. If you go onto dafont.com, you can get a decent font. Just going to move this into the bottom corner so it sits right there. And that looks good to me. So now I've got like a nice, clean looking logo. It's obvious who I am because I put my name in it. Now the next thing that I would do, and this is where you can be creative and just put in whatever you want. But I'm going to put some kind of object, some kind of tangible object in the middle of the screen. So I'm just going to go with a random object and I've just chosen to use a SD card. It can be anything. It can be like a cassette tape, a vinyl record, a DVD case, just anything. So I'm going to input my picture of an SD card. Cool, I'm just going to make this a bit smaller. Now, what I also want to do is make this sit directly in the center of the picture because I want it to look nice and well laid out. So if you want to do that, then you're going to come to the rulers at the top and on the left hand side. Just click and drag. And if you look at the bottom left, you can see how far along we are in terms of what pixel we're at when we drag it. So you can see the numbers moving about. So we want to go halfway across the width of this picture. So we're, you know, bang on in the middle. So half of 1920 is, what is it, 970? My maths is terrible. Let's get a calculator. 960, I was close. And now we just want to drag the top ruler down as well. So we're halfway. So half of 1080 is 540, about there. Cool. So now all I've got to do is snap it into the middle, like so. Now what we're going to do is create sort of like a template where you can just drag and drop an image and then just automatically crop it to the shape of the product box that we're using. So the easiest way to do that is to come to your image, come to the product box. You should see it on the right hand side here under the layers section. Duplicate it, so you're just going to right click it, duplicate the layer, and then we're going to crop out the area that we want to drop our pictures into. So I'm going to select this free select tool right here, and then we're just going to draw around this sticker. You're going to have to zoom in, so hold control and scroll in, and then we're going to draw around this sticker. I think I'm going to click, zoom in to here, make a click. Okay, awesome. So there's my selection. So you can see it moving about. So I want to delete everything outside of that so that I can drag a picture into that area and then it just cropped to it automatically. So I am going to come to the select bar here and I'm going to click invert and then I'm going to press delete. So if you take a look now, like the only thing that's left is this sticker, okay? And that's where we're going to drag and drop the picture. Awesome. So if you've got that, then you are close to being finished, okay? God, this is really difficult to explain. I've never done like a photo editing tutorial before. Now the next thing we want to do is create this sticker that we have just cropped and just turn it into a solid color so that we can use the magic wand tool, select that as the area we want to put the image into, and then we can just drag and drop an image and it will, you know, crop to it. So we are going to come to that cropped part of the image that you're using to put the photos in. We are going to come to colors, exposure, and then we're just going to turn the exposure way up. Okay, the picture should just go to plain white. Now this is basically going to be our template. We've got the background, we've got the logo, we've got the SD card, and then we've got this white space in the middle. That is the template. That's your template. Now we are going to go back to Unsplash. In terms of the choice of image, it totally depends on the type of beat you've made, but aim to get high saturated images, ones that only have one or two colors in them. You don't want to have tons of different colors in there because one solid color is going to grab the attention, and if it's really bright and high saturated, then it's going to grab the attention of a lot of people. We're going to come back to Unsplash, and let's say for example I had like ethnic style beat, you know, with like the harps, you know, the beats that I've been making at the moment. I would type in something like China. This one looks nice, one solid color, orange in the background, and then there's a little bit of gray right here. Come back to my template, insert the image. Just now we've got the image in there, we need to crop it into that sticker, and the easiest way to do that, first just to resize your image to the size that you want it, to a size that would look good. Then I'm going to select the layer that is just the blank white border, you know, and I'm going to come to the fuzzy select tool. This is like the magic wand tool in Photoshop basically. And then we're just going to select this white area, and then what we're going to do is invert the selection. So come to select and invert once again, and then click on your image layer. Okay, that's important because we want to delete the outside of that image and just have the inside of it showing. So make sure you're selected on the layer of your picture now, and then click delete, and then just hide the white sticker. So hide that. Boom, there is our template. Almost, we've almost done. You can do a few things to it. You can add some extra saturation, you know, to bump it up. So, you know, come to colors, saturation, crank up the saturation. Now that looks okay. That's a nice, bright, vibrant color, but the background is still really crap. So all you're gonna do on the right in your layers section is just click on the background. So that's my background right there. Come over to the colors drop down menu over here at the top, and then click on colorize. You want to click on this little color box right here. It will open this window, and then just click on this little eyedropper tool over here, and then you just want to select an area of the color that you want the background to be. So I want to come and make it the same color as this image that I've just put in. So click on it. It's a little bit too bright for me. Maybe something like that. That looks good to me. Click OK, and boom. There is our thumbnail, and there is our picture for the beat that we're about to post. So get your background put in, get your logo put in, you know, for a bit of brand recognition. Find a little product box that you can use to drag and drop pictures into. Find a picture for your artwork, stick it in, crop it to the product box, and then just export it out. And then if you don't know how to export, you're going to come to File, Export As, and then save it as a JPEG. So just put typebeat.jpg. And then export, and you are good to go. So yeah, I hope that has helped. But I do want to stress again that it is super important that you have a strong, vibrant, solid looking piece of artwork, and one that you can be consistent with. So yeah, I've not done a lot of these like photo editing tutorials before, so if there's anything that you're confused about, then you can drop me a DM. Pretty simple, you just need to get used to the software. That's how I go about making my thumbnails for Typebeats. Hope that helped.